Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a concept that might completely change how you think about getting in shape. We're looking at dance. Not just as a beautiful art form, but as a surprisingly practical and incredibly accessible alternative to your traditional workout. Whether you're an adult trying to manage your weight or a senior aiming to keep your independence, health, and fitness, professionals are pointing more and more to the dance floor. Let me ask you something and be totally honest here. Does your current workout routine feel like a complete chore? For so many of us, the mere thought of dragging ourselves to the gym, staring blankly at a treadmill screen, or forcing our way through some intimidating regimen, it's a massive hurdle. It's completely normal to struggle with sticking to a routine when the workout itself just isn't engaging. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover rethinking your workout routine, dancing for weight loss, senior fitness and balance, safe routines and scaling, and finally, starting your dance journey. All right, starting with section 1, rethinking your workout routine. The real reason health pros are getting so behind dance is deeply rooted in human psychology and physiology. What's fascinating is how dance blends physical movement with rhythm, engaging your brain and your body at the exact same time. When we hear the word exercise, we usually picture a grueling, repetitive task, but dance feels like entertainment. And that psychological shift from a dreaded chore to a genuinely fun activity is absolutely monumental. Because it feels like entertainment, you are significantly more likely to show up regularly, track your progress, and naturally challenge yourself. That shift is so often the real deciding factor for long-term consistency. Moving right along to section 2, dancing for weight loss. So how exactly does this translate to measurable physical changes? Let's break down the actual mechanics of how this works for adult weight management. Ultimately, losing or managing weight depends on creating an energy deficit. Dance drives continuous calorie-burning movement that helps you achieve exactly that. Depending on the intensity, think faster styles like salsa, more frequent and intricate footwork, or simply just dancing for longer sessions. You elevate your heart rate. And here's the kicker. Because you're actually enjoying the music and the movement, you can sustain that elevated heart rate over time so much more easily than you ever could just pedaling away on a stationary bike. Which brings us to section 3, senior fitness and balance. Let's completely dismantle this idea that fitness has to be high impact or brutally intense to actually be effective. We need to pivot our focus to older adults for a second. For seniors, dance-based fitness directly supports what we call functional fitness. This involves stepping patterns and controlled turns that specifically train balance, while repeated movements encourage leg and core activation. These aren't just fun dance moves. They are literally the exact building blocks required for seniors to safely navigate their homes, prevent falls, and maintain their daily independence. Let's break down the benefits of rhythm-based movement a little further. Yes, it absolutely improves balance and core activation, and it promotes a much wider range of motion in your hips and upper body. That alone can massively improve your comfort in everyday activities. But beyond the physical stuff, rhythm-based movement offers profound mental and social benefits. Think about it. Because you have to remember the steps, it really enhances your mental focus. Plus, it provides a fantastic social outlet and builds community. And because of all that, it drastically boosts your motivation and your mood. It's physical and mental well-being wrapped up into one amazing activity. Up next, section 4, safe routines and scaling. Now, of course, jumping into any new routine requires a bit of care, but I want to reassure you right now, rhythm is for everyone. You absolutely do not need to be a competitive ballroom dancer to start reaping these benefits. Not all dance is equally demanding. Beginners and seniors should definitely start with low-impact styles or simplified choreography, really focusing on a steady, comfortable pace. Wear supportive footwear, so no sliding around in slippery socks on hardwood floors, okay? Choose a stable, clear space. And this is a big one. Use a chair or a wall for balance support. This significantly reduces your risk, especially for folks managing arthritis, neuropathy, or past injuries. And naturally, if you ever feel dizziness, pain, or unusual shortness of breath, just stop and consult a clinician. So a really crucial point here is how you actually measure your exertion. Well, we have a fantastic tool for this called the talk test. Basically, you should aim for a controlled effort, where you can still speak in short phrases while you're moving. It's a highly practical, easy-to-use metric for gauging your workout intensity. If you're gasping for air and you can't even say hello to your dance partner or sing along to the chorus, you are pushing way too hard. The best part? No fancy heart rate monitors needed, just your own voice. And finally, section 5, starting your dance journey. We've covered the why and the how, so now let's look at some highly specific, actionable steps you can literally take this very week. Step 1, begin with just 10 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week. That is incredibly manageable, right? Step 2, use support like a chair, a wall, a bar, or even a partner when you're first learning to turn. Step 3, include some gentle mobility exercises before and after for your shoulders, hips, and ankles to prep those joints and reduce stiffness. Breaking the routine down into these short, repeatable sessions makes it a highly practical habit to build. As your comfort improves, you are naturally going to want to do more, but keep this golden rule in the back of your mind. Increase either the length of the session or the complexity of the movements, never both at once. If you decide to dance for 30 minutes instead of 20, stick to the simple steps that you already know. If you want to tackle a tricky new routine, keep the session short. Scaling your fitness up this way safely prevents burnout and keeps you injury-free. I want to share a highly comforting insight here. It says, tracking consistency is often more predictive of outcomes than focusing on perfection. Honestly, it does not matter if you have 2 left feet. It doesn't matter if you miss a beat. Showing up, turning on the music, and moving your body consistently matters far, far more than executing perfect footwork. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Dancing isn't some magical cure-all, but it is an effective, sustainable, and joyful form of physical activity. For adults seeking weight loss and seniors seeking vitality, that combination of movement, rhythm, and community can literally turn fitness into something you look forward to. So what steps will you take to dance into your new routine this week? Trade the treadmill for some rhythm, find a song you absolutely love, and start your sustainable fitness journey today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep moving.